Hey y'all, Iric Guy here, and this is how to repair a crack in a floor. Now, I'm not saying this is structural repair. I'm just gonna say it's cosmetic repair. So you can see this crack, and it's pretty cracked, man. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you what I'm using. And by the way, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order it online. So I've got this stuff, this crack filler and this little crack gun. And then I've got a little piece that I'll use to flatten it out after I put it in there. And obviously I want to let it dry thoroughly before I paint it with the paint that I use here in my basement. And I've linked the paint like I used to. But this is the before. You can see my big crack. Now let's go ahead and apply this and I'll show you the after. So when you put this stuff in here, you got to cut the nozzle. And then you got to stick something like a long nail in there because there's a piece of foil on the inside. If you don't puncture that foil, none of this stuff's going to come out. But let's go ahead and stick this in our crack. And as you do it, you may notice areas where you need to put a little bit more. So just go at it and flatten as you go. And I'd probably do 2 feet or so at a time. You don't want it to start to harden. If you've got a long crack, just, kind of apply, flatten, apply, flatten, apply, flatten. Okay, so here it is applied. Now I did do more than just the crack itself. As you can see, I kind of went out to the edges. But yeah, just try to use that little tool. And like I said, I linked everything within this video's description, but try to get it as smooth as possible. And something I do after I've applied it with the little caulk gun type thing is I push down with the tool to make sure that the crack sealer gets in the crack. And then I do a swipe, a firm swipe to try to make it as flat as possible so that when I do paint that everything should pretty much disappear, the crack and the crack sealer, which obviously is a different color. I'm gonna let it dry overnight. Probably doesn't take that long, but I just wanna make sure it's good and dry and that no cracks re-emerge before I paint it. So this is it after applied and swipe down hard with that tool. So now we're gonna flip to tomorrow and I'm gonna show you the painted product. So this is what it looks like, and I've applied a fresh coat of paint, so you may see a slight color variation. This is what it looks like after painting. Now, if you wanted to seal a crack and be even more meticulous about it, you could sand. You could immediately wipe off the excess that's outside of the crack to make the crack more invisible. I just did the quick and easy, which from a distance, you hardly notice it. But if you really wanted to take a lot of time and sand and do the extra hours effort or whatever, you could. But I've sealed the crack. I don't see holes. And when this paint dries, I'll be happy because my gym looks a lot better. But again, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find the paint like I used. I highly recommend it. And then also the crack sealer, the little caulk gun that I used, and the thing that I used to press it down. I think it looks good. Yes, you'll probably do a better job, and I hope you do, but I'm happy with the job that I did myself, and I didn't have to pay anybody to do it. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Iric Guy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.